Welcome, everyone, to Midday Meditation. Today, I want to talk about a often misunderstood spiritual practice, which is detachment. And some people have tried detachment and they don't like it. And it's usually because we're not doing detachment in the right consciousness. So detachment seems like a good idea when there's someone who's upsetting us or something that we don't like, or we feel intimidated, and we say, well, I'm just going to detach. I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I could get upset or I could get hurt. It's better if I just stay away. And it's better, of course, to stay away than to get upset. But with this kind of detachment, we don't actually change the the ideas or the habits or the beliefs that are making us get upset. We just remove ourselves from whatever it is that triggers us. So we're still the same, and something else will trigger us later on. And so, because we haven't changed anything inside of ourselves, we don't feel better about practicing detachment in that way. So, the other way, the spiritual way to practice detachment, is detachment goes hand in hand with the quality of love. So we're first loving and then we detach. And this first loving means I have to transform within myself whatever is making me upset. I have to start by loving myself. And whatever kind of thoughts that come up, even if they're nasty thoughts, I respect that those thoughts came from someplace and they came for a reason. I love myself, and with great, great love, I accept this discomfort. It's part of life. It's okay. It's going to end at some point. And then I also love whoever or whatever is upsetting me. I might not like it. It might not be right. I can still hold that, but my response is love. Because when my response is love, then I can connect in a positive way. And I can detach and still connect. So, detach simply means that I don't need for that person or that circumstance or that event, I don't need it to be my way. I can be with however it is. And so then we're free to love even more. And our love definitely has a positive effect on that situation. Whereas the first kind of detachment, if I just move away because I don't like it and I don't want to have to be in the presence of someone or something I don't like, we're still going to have thoughts of dislike because nothing has changed. But if we can transform that dislike or being intimidated or being insulted, whatever it is, if we can transform that and say, yeah, all of this happened, but my response is going to be love. And then we naturally detach. We naturally just let, even if people have bad behavior, that's their right. Um, they're going to harm themselves by having bad behavior, but I'm not going to allow myself to be harmed. And the situation could be very difficult. It could be going in the wrong direction. But if I can detach, then I can use my wisdom and my experience to try and maybe steer it back into a better direction. But first loving and then detach. So detach doesn't mean I'm isolating myself. It just means I'm not trying to control. So we'll practice together today this spiritual perspective of being loving and also detached. And actually, to love fully, we have to be detached because if not, my love will be contingent on people responding in a certain way. And this isn't pure love, this is mixed love. So if I want people to trust me, my love has to be pure, which means I don't need anything in return. I can say what I think is right, I can say what I think is best. If there's something that wasn't right, I'm free to mention that in a loving way. But detach means I'm taking care of myself, I'm doing what I think is best, and I give everyone else the right to do what they think is best. To begin with, sit up straight, take a few deep, full, easy breaths. Watch the air enter and leave the lungs. Let the lungs fill completely. And then when the lungs have reached a state of fullness, then automatically they empty. We breathe in and out. We breathe air in and we breathe different air out. It's a wonderful system that keeps going day and night. We inhale new air into the body and we exhale the air that has been used. Notice how quiet the breath is, how peaceful the breath is. And now bring your awareness to the inner being, also peaceful and quiet. The tiny point of light inside the head. I am the peaceful soul who lives in this body. The body is big and I am small, tiny even. I don't even take up any space. I'm just a point of light. I'm very powerful. And one of my powers is peace. I use the power of peace in order to create good environments, both inside myself and around me. Let the energy of peace flow. Fill your inner space with the energy of peace. And as you exhale, release the energy of peace into the space around you. I am a peaceful soul. I live in peace and I create peace. When I'm peaceful, I can accept what's going on outside of me. I don't resist. I don't fight. I don't move away. I stay where I am as a being of peace and observe, perhaps decide on some peaceful response. The tendency in our limited thinking is always to want things to be my way and try and maneuver so things will be my way. But from a place of peace, we can first be loving, not controlling, not manipulative, not um, aggressive or even passive, but loving. And then when we are experiencing and expressing the energy of love, the soul becomes very full and powerful. And so the soul doesn't really need anything from the material world. There's no emptiness, there's no vulnerability when our love is pure. Bring your awareness within now to the center part of the self, the eternal part of the self. And invoke the energy of love. If we do this regularly throughout the day, it will be natural for us to act from a place of love or respond from a place of love. If we practice and make this a habit, I'm being sustained with my own energy of love. And I'm also radiating the energy of love. I'm creating a loving space around me. And if anyone were to enter this space, they would sense the energy of love. I feel love for myself, the amazing soul that I am. I feel love for the body that I inhabit. I feel love for this life of mine. And I don't need life to always be my way. There are many ways. They all can be good ways depending on how I perceive them, what I choose to pay attention to. Anything can be good. It's a matter of perception. And so, from this place of love, I don't want to control, but I want to perceive that which is beneficial. This is an art to be able to perceive. Sometimes what is beneficial is not obvious. But in order to see it, I have to look through the eyes of love. This is the first step. Anything in life has some potential benefit. We can see the benefit if we are coming from a place of love. And then once I see the benefit, it's not something I try to grab, but it's something that I try to develop. Here's the opportunity for benefit. Hold on one moment. There is opportunity for benefit, but there's something that I have to do to unleash that opportunity. Maybe what I have to do is embrace difficulty. Maybe I have to accept some different opinion. Maybe I have to find courage to enter into the unknown. Maybe I have to muster up faith in myself. There's always something that we have to do to unlock the benefit. And the benefit, of course, is in doing doing this something that I don't ordinarily do, developing my spiritual powers and qualities, and widening my repertoire of experience. Making friends with difficulty and uncertainty and disagreement, making friends, being a friend. This is actually where the benefit is in embracing and then trying something better than what I've done in the past. And then we detach from wanting anything and we simply put our energy into being or doing or contributing. And this then is natural detachment. I'm not looking to receive, but I'm looking to better myself. This is detachment. It makes us feel good, positive. It removes feelings of dependency or vulnerability. And it often requires us to take extra power from the Supreme Soul. We need a little bit extra, and God is always there when we need a little bit extra in order to do the right thing. So it makes me remember I'm not alone. There's one being who loves me very much, but is also completely detached, is there to help me if I want help, and will let me do everything on my own if that's the way I want it. Completely detached and always loving. Open yourself to this being, the being who's always there, but we often forget. Of course, this being is invisible, so easy to forget. We can create a habit of remembering. remembering the Supreme Father of all souls, who is also the supreme guide, the one who can point me in just the right direction. And also the one who gives blessings in the form of spiritual power, power to do whatever is needed. Power to be my best. This one is both my friend and my companion. And this one never allows us to become attached because he gives everything that is needed at the time that it's needed, and nothing that is extraneous. So there's no possibility of attachment. The supremely benevolent being, the one who is loving and detached, and teaches us how to be loving first and then detach, be independent, be with my eternal friend and companion, be a benefactor, a contributor, be a master of myself. Remind yourself that for the rest of this day, you can see yourself as independent yet very involved, because you are first loving and then detached. Om Shanti. So for our blessing, our garden of the day, the blessing is: you are a wise soul who understands you can't buy happiness, but you have to live it.
Good.
So this is really the wisdom that leads to being loving and detached. You are a wise soul who understands that you can't buy happiness. You have to live it.
Thank
Thank you all for joining.
Thank you.
Sister, can you email me this, please, since I got up late?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I'd like to have it also.
Anna, okay, sure.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful day, everybody.
Thank you. And just a
Thank
reminder,
you.
on Saturday, on the same Zoom link, we have a workshop on spiritual power. It's from 11 to 12:15 Chicago time, and you're
Okay.
most welcome.
Thank you.
You.
Shanti,
Okay.
sister.
Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Aloha.